Howdy lads, welcome back to another Gates of Hell PvP match. This time it is a 2v2 on Zibarovo. It's late war, I'm the German faction and I've gone for the support Scorched Earth DLC doctrine. I am joined by Triglav and we are up against Robf and Mainis. Now all of us are in a Discord together, having a bit of a laugh. We played a bunch of games. If you do want to get games in, come get amongst it, it's all good fun. We don't just play Gates of Hell, a bit of squad gets played, Helldivers 2, Hearts of Iron 4 gets smashed. There's a few lads playing Men of War 2. Yeah, plenty of different games to play. So get amongst it, ready or not as well. But what am I doing here? Well, I'm heading out to the southeast. I've gone the old Kubelwagen launch. And I'm throwing a squad up behind. An Ostfront squad by the looks of it. So we'll see how long it takes them to get there. Triglav's heading out to the northwest. So I'll leave him with that. But we've kind of left the middle. I'm waiting to get a Grenadier squad to send to the middle. Sometimes, you know, especially when your opponent will try Jeep rush you, it's best to just leave the middle point and hit the flanks hard, because if Triglav caps the northwest and I cap one of these on the southeast, we're still, you know, holding more zones. So do with that what you will, but I'm hoping to catch old mate off guard. He hasn't even made it to the point before this yet, so if I can get my Kubelwagen in a really good spot, I should catch him out as he tries to run up here. So a bit of support for the lads is always good. Yeah, most people when they pull out the Jeep will push straight to the middle, which is exactly what they've done. So I've managed to catch him out. I could push for that southern point. The problem is though, what will likely happen is he will kill my Jeep and then I'll have nothing out there. What I did was I left it on purpose because now that he's starting to cap, I know that he now has something there. So that allows me a bit of time to deal with whatever I need to deal with. I'm also going to use these compounds to try and hide my guys so that their Jeep can't, you know, wipe the squad. I'm going to get one of these lads out. The boys are here now, so I should be able to hold that point with the MG Jeep and a squad, depending on what he brings out. And Triglav's actually been held short of that northwestern point by the looks of it. Now, one of them's seen all my soldiers running and tried to push me with a Jeep. And he's running away. So it's good to use your, you know, the map to your advantage. I'm going to have a go of it with the Grenadier dude. But I'm just really trying to use the map to my advantage. These little compounds are really good to hide your guys in so that they can't just get wiped. So I'm just going to hide everyone around this church. Chuck an MG in the tower, why not? And old mate can hide in there. So we're doing quite well. Triglav is actually now capping the northwest. So I don't know where all their forces are really. It appears they kind of put all their eggs in one basket with the Jeep in the middle. Don't really know what they're doing, to be honest. Hopefully Rob or Mainis comments and lets us know what was going on here, because I feel like there should be a lot more forces on the field right now. But he does have a squad there or something, because I'm only capping +3 with the full squad there, and the Kubelwagen's not worth that much, so he's got something there at least. Now I managed to get another squad up to reinforce. I haven't pushed him in the point yet because I didn't see a reason to. And I'm pulling this back. I didn't want to just leave it on the front line. Now it could be a bit of a quick response unit. So if, you know, I get pushed by a squad on this point, I'll just race the Jeep up and use the MG on him. Rob or Mainis is trying to run over all the Triglav's lads on the north there, as you can see on the mini-map. So it looks like they're playing Forza, not Gates of Hell. They're just kind of running around with their Jeeps. So I'm going to use the MG42 to destroy this Jeep. And hopefully this one as well. Reload, rough. MG42s are awesome for that. If you really find yourself, you know, in a bit of a spot of bother, just whip out one of these bad boys and go ham. So they are starting to cap the middle point now. I've run out of ammo, how rough. So they've reinforced it. All good though, we still hold majority of zones. I've got these lads I'm going to push in. Hopefully they're enough to cap, but I don't think they will be because I've only got 4. So unless they've got crap infantry in there, it's not going to be enough. From the other side, that compound on the left of the screen there, it's kind of behind the map, you can't see it, but that is an amazing place to set a staging ground from the Allied side of the point. Or from the other side. I don't know which one's the Allied side normally. But my Cooper wagon, I'm spinning that around, getting it ready. I was making the decision between the Wirbelwind and the SDK. Now, the Wirbelwind can cause significant damage, but taking on other tanks with it is risky. So, I've got the SDK purely as a bit of a prior just in case. If they bring up a tank, I can deal with it. If it doesn't do anything, I'm quite happy to go toe-to-toe with them infantry-wise. I feel like I was doing okay on the map with just my infantry. So, bringing up the Wirbelwind, I didn't really have a reason to. Whereas this is a bit of a just in case. So, there's my reason for that. Ooh, I have a text. One sec. Mrs. is taking the car. Mate wants me to go to the pub. But, anyway, things have quietened down a little bit. They are capping the middle, but I have just reinforced it. So, happy days on my part. Oh, there we go. Now it's even. But they're likely reinforcing as well. It looks like whoever's fighting on the northwest is having some trouble. I think it's Mainis out there with Triglav. Oh, no. Triglav just killed Robf. But then again, Triglav has guys in here too, so... But yeah, it's Robf pushing me, and it's Mainis pushing out on the northwest. So there are significant reinforcements coming. I do have this SDK, so I'm just going to bring that up and see if I can't pop a shot. You must have the infantry gun? I'm not entirely sure. But they're capping significantly in the middle now. So there's a bit of a decision to make at this point. I do have a lot of forces in there and he's still capping by a lot. They more than likely have brought up an officer just to deal with it. Good play there, Rob. He's trying to grenade me. I like it. But what I could do now is keep, you know, jumping into the meat grinder here. Or I could send some forces out to the southeast and try and make a push on that southern point. But by the looks of it, I've actually decided to take Rob on in the middle here. So sometimes you've just got to make a bit of an executive decision. Regardless of whether the player's better or worse than you, it's depending on what they've got. He doesn't really have that much besides that infantry gun by the looks of it. I do have this SDK, so I can take it out with that. So that's how I came with the decision to take the middle point instead of trying to flank them. Obviously, trying to reinforce my lads all the way out on the south is also another problem. Something you have to think about. Their spawn is a lot closer than mine to that southern point. So it's going to be very hard for me unless I'm absolutely dominating to hold it. Now, luckily for me, I managed to take out the guys on this infantry gun. I don't know if I kill it. Oh, direct hit. Come on. Hopefully I get it. Missed. Honestly, I can't remember. This game was played so long ago. Hey, got it. But just before Rob realised, now he's... I thought he was going to rush me with the truck. But I'll hit that too. Why not? So the SDK has already paid off for me. Taken out their doctrine unit. And mine's still all good, ready to go. Now, one thing they are doing very nicely, or Rob is, I'm hiding my guys in the compound, but he's actually trying to push up on me. So he's got foxholes dug on his side. He's moving guys up trying to throw grenades at me, and that's more than likely why he's holding that point. Yeah, sometimes it's better to, you know, not just bunch your guys up and hide at the back of the point. Come 15 minutes when RD signalers and AT, ARDI and stuff start to come out more, it can really cost you. So it can, you know, it's a bit of a double-edged sword. It can help you hold on to points early and get a good lead, but come 15 minutes, it can screw you, because if they've got real good point control and you don't, it makes it very hard. But they've got this Stewart here. I was trying to take a shot at it with the SDK. I'm actually capping the middle now, so I don't know if I'm just out capping his officer or if he pulled an officer off the point, but I believe he would have had something there. He has to have, because I had 2 squads there and was still minus 10 before. I'm just going to spread these lads out. I should be pushing them up. But 10 minutes in, 6:07 to 2:10, myself and Triglav's way. Me and Rob are having quite the battle in the middle here. Every time I verse Rob, it ends up being a pretty good battle. He's slapped me around a few times. I've slapped him around a few times. You just never know how it's going to go. Now, that is the fun with versing the better players. Like, yes, it can be stressful, but it's also, you know, it can be so rewarding at the same time when you play well and things go your way. The second officer is out. I'm just trying to spread some riflemen around into the gaps just so, you know, I don't get flanked. That would be very bad. And Triglav's brought out the Jagdpanzer. Cool little gizmo. I do like that one. I think is it that or a Stug? It looked like a Jagdpanzer, but that's a doctrine unit and it's not 15 minutes yet. Oh, it's a Hetzer. My bad. Let's put up the Hetzer. Which is the Jagdpanzer, actually. But I noticed that Mainis was making a little bit of a move on this point, so exactly what I said I'd do. I brought up the MG Jeep. That'll stop him in his tracks. Rob is now capping the middle, so I've got to try and move up on him a little bit. A mortar would be quite nice right now, I must say. Oh, looks like I've already bought one out. Happy days. I didn't even know that, actually. But the Kuba Wagon's decimating that squad out in the open. The Kuba Wagons and like the Jeeps and that, I think they're very underrated, if I'm honest. Obviously, pretty well anything at this point can take them out, but at the same time, for an instance like that, just to stop a push, perfect. Because he probably would have wiped my scout guys, because they've only got like 150 health, and cap that point would have been real hard for me to cap back. And it probably would have changed the game. But, in saying that, Mainis has actually pushed Triglav off of that northwestern point completely. And we are now under the pump. So I've brought up this SDK to try and take out a few of these infantrymen and get the point swinging back in my favour. Looks like my MG belt did it for me, but I'll pop another shot, why not? Oh, useless. There we go, so I got one finally. Olympic Games, I got the notification, the Olympic Games in Paris. Do any of you actually watch the Olympic Games? I don't. Alrighty, after some technical difficulties, it did that stupid thing when the Wi-Fi's on, how it says it can't find the video. Anyone know how to turn that off? Because it gets me every time. I always forget to turn it off. But, back into it, as I was saying, does anyone watch the Olympic Games? Because I don't. Yeah, except maybe the women's beach volleyball. You know, it's very competitive, good sport to watch. You know, watch it for the competition. But me and Triglav are starting to get back on top of it. We're capping the middle by the looks of it in the northwest. It looks like Mainis and Triglav actually decimated each other, trying to, you know, with Mainis trying to cap that point. So Triglav doesn't actually have a lot on there. I've brought the mortar up now though, so that'll do plenty of damage. Hopefully stop Rob from just, you know, throwing stupid amounts of infantry on there. Now, he's actually making, I do like that move. He's making a push in between the northwest and middle point straight for our northern point. I love that. I love that play. That's quite awesome. I am going to catch him out here, but still a pretty good move. You've got to make these kind of decisions. Like, you got to change it up a little bit. Even if it doesn't work, it can kind of, sometimes it'll work in your favor and completely throw everything off. So, I love that decision by Rob. I That was great. I can't hit a single thing. Mortar's going off though. It's already got a fair few kills. And they're sappers too, so we want to get rid of them as soon as possible. Oh yeah, I finally got one. So Mainis must have some guys in the middle there too. There we go. We blunted that attack. He does still have soldiers there, but I'm just going to pull back. So we're back to holding 3 points. Mainis has pushed very well on that northwestern point. He's now capping. We're not too worried. 15.5 minutes in. 783 to 191. Myself and Triglav's way. Out comes the grill. The grill is quite amazing. Now, Mainis actually opted for the SU-85 instead of the dual T-34s. I almost never get the SU over the dual T-34s. Anyone watching, what do you prefer, the two T-34s or the SU? I assume he's the Scorched Earth DLC dog. But I've managed to destroy that one, so happy days. Triglav's also getting some shots from the front. And boom, we love it. We absolutely love it. I'll pull this back, it's done its job. Happy days. And we'll get the grill doing some work. The grill is so accurate. It needs to be nerfed, I think. Yeah, it's insane. But I'm going to help Triglav out on the northwest. Because why not? I don't know where my thingamajig is. I just don't think I can reach. I think that's why it was being funny. Yeah. But we got plenty of room, so I'm going to move this up and pop a few shots, try and wipe some of this infantry. There is a lot of infantry on there. Mainis loves playing defense, so if you let him sit on a point for too long, this is what he'll do. That's okay, because I now have artillery. Took me a minute to get that one out. Apologies. The 280 range, I do like that. It used to only have like 160 range. It was crap. Now, I actually hit a tree and killed a bunch of my lads, so you know, a bit retarded, but you get that. So, Triglav's going to have to wait for assistance, unfortunately. I'm going to get some ammo out for this mortar to keep it firing because it's been doing some epic work for me. And I finally brought up a sniper. Probably should have done that a lot earlier, but that's all good. He's just going to sit here and slowly wipe the point now. Mop up anyone we can't get with the normal infantry. So I need him to get in there and actually reload. Oh, I just reloaded. Nice. No idea what I'm doing here, though. Oh, I think I'm going to try and wipe some of these lads so Triglav can start capping. God, it's so finicky sometimes, man. Why is it like this? I just threw a shot for the sake of it, to be honest. But no stress. I'm going to refit that with the tank crew. Yeah, he's actually pushing me with a Jeep. This would be to try and take out my, or a BA6, whatever it is. But he'd be trying to do that to take out my mortar, because the mortar is killing him. Oh, how unlucky can you be? That's rough. And again. I am absolutely horrific with AT weapons, I must say. Now, he has been killed, luckily. But that was a very unfortunate series of events. So we'll get that out of the way. Get him back into his position. Now, Rob is capping the middle on me now. Although with Triglav capping... With Triglav capping on the northwest, we still hold the 3 points. It looks like Rob's actually assisting out on that northwest too, so he's trying to fight in 2 spots, which is probably why he can't maintain a hold on either position. Because the second, when you're fighting on 2 fronts, the second you leave one of those fronts and deal with something on the other front, when you come back, all your forces have been decimated and you've just got to start from ground zero. So it's very hard to fight in 2 spots at once. I've learnt to focus on 1 point, even if we've only got 1 point at the time. And yeah, launch from there. We're going to throw some shots out. Why not? Did some significant damage there, which we love. 20 minutes in, 969 to 104. Myself and Triglav's way. He's bought the BM8. Now, that thing doesn't really scare me too much. It's not that great, I don't think. I don't reckon it's worth it to buy it, to be honest. Same with the little BM8 take on the little T70 chassis with the rockets on it. Same thing. I think he's got the truck version. But mortar's back on and firing. We love that. Now, the crew didn't really get a workout in this one, but that is just about it, lads. Thank you guys for watching. If you do like this content, please do like, sub, comment, and I'll catch you on the next one. Cheers.